RusAme reader, Crow Song, and today I will be reading to you from Handcuffs by Raccoon Mania. But before we get into the chapter, this chapter has a warning of mentions of cutting and somebody falling off a building, even not purposely. Now, on to chapter 10. Russia had gotten bored. Everybody, all so into the game that people were now currently playing, Clue, barely noticed the disappearance. Ireland didn't seem to understand the game, and had begun to shout, and Japan had set up a movie on her computer, occupying those who weren't committed to playing the game. So it is quite easy to say that Russia slipped away with much ease. After Russia had escaped, he went straight for the door, walking, and grabbed his bike. The Russian then began pedaling towards an old building, about 1.5 kilometers away from his home. The reason for him to rush away like this was for some silence. Once at the old building, closed down due to obvious reasons of the north face of the building having been utterly destroyed due to an earthquake a few decades back. So yes, the structural integrity of the building was quite feeble, but the south side of the building was strong and had lasted for a long time. Russia, having made this area his happy place, surrounded by a forest from one side and a prairie on the other, had clearly gone more than just once or twice, for he knew where to step and where not to step, and how to avoid falling and getting hurt. Unfortunately, the American following him did not. Small flashback. America was laughing at some ridiculous joke Poland had made without knowing, after Germany had slyly roasted Japan. He leaned back, expecting his back to encounter Russia's shoulder, but instead, the American fell on the ground. Looking around, America saw that the front door, and softly and silently shut. Getting up, he followed. South Korea looked up, seeing America go outside. "Where are you going?" "Outside. I'll be back soon. South, don't worry." South Korea nodded and went back to the conversation. America saw Russia, already on his bike, cycling away. America ran over to the garage entrance of Russia's house. After some searching, he found an old, slightly rusted skateboard. With a shrug, America took the skateboard, determining the rust not to be all that bad, and took off after Russia. America couldn't help himself and grinned. It had been some time since he last used a skateboard, and the feeling was wonderful as ever. Back to present. Russia made his way to the roof of the building, and once at the top of the south side, he sat on the edge and gazed at the forest and prairie. Finding a few pebbles, Russia chucked them as far as possible, not caring all too much where it landed. America let out a few heavy breaths, not completely accustomed to walking in ruins anymore. He had once walked through ruins, even run through them, but that was a long time ago, and America did not wish to re-experience such horrors, even if it all ended in peace. Once having gotten to where Russia was, America being only 3 feet away from Russia, a small piece of cement chipped away, and America tripped forwards. The North American country tumbled forwards, heading headfirst off the side of the building. Russia only just now noticed America. Eyes wide, with quick reflexes, Russia reached out his hands and grabbed America's hand. Yet the American only did a flip, so now, if he fell, it wouldn't be head first, it would be feet first. America had been screaming during the whole entire stumble and fall, and now that he was hanging by his arm, Russia, the only lifeline that could prevent him from flying straight for the ground, his mouth was set on mute due to shock. Russia had to let go of America, now only one hand holding America instead of two. The reason was because Russia would have been pulled off if he didn't have a support. America had shut his eyes closed in fear, some tears squeezing out. Russia slipped slightly forwards. The bandages hiding his wrists tore from the rough surface of the building. When the wind blew, the bandages fluttered off, revealing his wrists invaded by thin slits and a shit ton of scars, all a week old or more. So now, a quick summary. America fell off a building. Russia was holding onto the American with one hand, and Russia's wrists were now quite visible. And on the Russian's wrists were old cuts, approximately a week old. Russia, with a loud grunt, began pulling America back up. With so many scrapes, the American patriot was pulled back up. Russia let out one last grunt and pulled America back up, the Russian slowly switching his position to be sitting on his ass and leaning back. Due to the forced change of effort, likely those on the losing side of a tug of war, America lurched forwards, and Russia, falling backwards, banged his head on the ground. However, sitting in pain, clutching my head, would have to wait. Russia leapt up and grabbed America. Screaming at the American bastard would have to wait as well. Russia slung America onto his back and made his way to remove himself from the ruined building. America, having scraped death so closely before, or intense harm, had a different reaction this time, like when the Japanese Empire had attacked him in World War II. His reaction was to retaliate with an even bigger amount of violence. This time, America had laid frozen, eyes squeezed shut, with tears falling from his face. But not many tears, just one or two every minute, streaking down his face. America was also shaking, just a tiny bit. Finally, out of the building, Russia set America down on a rock. And with that, Russia began his rant, pacing back and forth. America, dear idiot! What did you think you were doing? Following me? Did you want to die? The Russian was, America, you idiot. Russia was cut off short when America snaked his arms around Russia's waist. Looking up, America opened his mouth to speak. However, words did not come out. Russia remained angry, still stressed. My states. Russia, hearing the shaky, quivering whisper, the Ushanka-wearing country knelt down. Can't leave. Not now. If I'm gone, who will take care of? And with that, Russia understood. America was acting so unusually fearful compared to his usual self, was afraid that if he, the boisterous American, one should die, the states and cities would be alone, especially in these troubling times with COVID and all. America, should you be gone, I will watch your states, and Canada and Mexico as well. You need not worry. Russia attempted to comfort the shorter country. Slightly reassured, but still speaking in a soft whisper, and tears falling, America asked, Russia, do you love me? Russia leaned back. Why this question? Well, since the thing with the game, and when we both got really drunk, you've been nicer than usual. And also, Canada accidentally sent me a picture he says Mexico took. Russia's eyes widened. Why were we always fighting, Russia? America continued. Russia sighed. With something growing inside his chest, not literally, of course, and with the butterflies inside, Russia opened his mouth to say, because I had a fuss. And it is not normal, since we are supposed to be enemies. So I always do my best to try and tick you off. And it's stupid, I know, but it is life. Every time I said I hated you, I wanted to say I love you. It was all lies, and then came the handcuffs, and, well, we kissed, and you told me that Russia was cut off. Well, that was quite an eventful chapter. Anyway, I hope you will join us in the Discord, link down below, if you can. And enjoy the rest of your time. Have a nice day, night, morning, whatever it is for you. Just enjoy your time. And I will see you tomorrow.